Hello everyone and welcome back to our Forge modding tutorial series, and today we're gonna take a look at food. Yeah, that's it. Some lovely nice food. For that we're gonna make two items, a special food items and a normal food item. The normal food item just gives us just it's food. You can eat it and you'll get saturated and healed by that. So that's basically it. And the second food will be a special food, which is always eatable and also is gives us some potion effects if we eat it. Similar to the golden apple, for example, or the OP apple. So let's get started. By making new class item tutorial food. Now that's looking good, and this time we don't extend item, we extend item food. So there is a subclass for that, item food. You notice last time we extended item, but this time we extended item food, which also already has implemented some stuff. So this is some cryptic stuff right now, but let me explain. So the first parameter is basically the first parameter you have to give in is the so-called health points that are regenerated by using your food, which is, I'll just take the number 4, and the next one is the saturation modifier, which amplifies how much you get saturated by eating the food. In that case, I'll just take 8. I don't know the default values, but this seem to be a pretty good value. Now the next thing is a boolean. I think that is whether this is always eatable or not, or no, it is for if the food is suitable for dogs. Yeah, so it can give dogs food, and this indicates whether it is suitable for dogs or not, if I am correct with that. So we will set that to false right now. And the last thing is property. That's the same like the old item we did, just the tutorial item. So we set the group there, the item group, to our tutorial item groups dot group. So that's now our item. Now don't forget to register the items. We need to do that in our tutorial items class, in our init section here. We got the set register name and the register method, and we just copy that for our item. Define our item here, so item tutorial food. We'll call that tutorial food, I guess. Keep in mind that this is written in, or should be written in, camel case. Make sure your code stays clean, otherwise nobody can read it, and that is generally a bad thing. Yeah, these need to be lowercase, remember that. So the register names and also your mod ID has to be lowercase. So now we registered our tutorial food item, and now we make another one, which would be, well, let's make a new class for that. Item tutorial special food remember that. Also here you have to use camel case, but upper camel case. I think that's called Pascal case. I don't know. For that we also extend from item food. So extends item food. And we got the same constructor again. Keep sure to put that away from your constructor and just file it out manually. That, like, it leaves you less stress. And I'll take 4 and 8 again for those two modifiers. And I get false here. And there we make a new property. New properties dot group, and then tutorial item groups dot group. That sounds good. Now we need to set that to always eatable because we want it to be always eatable, no matter if we are hungry or not. And we need to define that, you know, if a certain item has an effect, for example, effect potions or enchanted items, they have generally a purplish glitter or whatever that is called over it, so you know that it's somehow special. And to set that effect, you can override has effect, and if that is true, it will render a purple overlay over the item in the slot. I will show that right now, and this is only for the client. So you can remember, you can use the only in annotation to specify that it is client only. This is better. Just do that, because otherwise you have problems with the server-sided things. It's better for optimization to do so, to have that. So that now it looks special, but it isn't special right now. So we need to make it special. For that we can override the onFoodItem method, which gives us an item stack. I'll quickly rename that. Item stack and a world in and an entity play. So that sounds good. And those in this method we can execute code when we have finished eating. So what we can do here is basically we can add potion effects to the player, for example. But before we do that, we'll quickly check if we're on the server side, because we only want that to be executed on the server side. If we do that on the client side, this will cause some major bugs, and we don't want that. So we'll check that. I already told that about is remote, but I'll say that again. This is always true if this is a client world, and it is false if it is server world. So we check that for false, and this bracket will only be executed if we're on the server. Now play in dot add potion effect. That's the method to add a potion effect to the player. And then you can make a new potion effect, and then you can use mob effects class to find the potions in the mob effects class. There are all potions listed, so you can go there and like get your effect you want to apply. For example, you want to apply regeneration. I don't know, for 400 seconds on level 1. That would be that. So this is the new potion effect with the effect type or the potion, then the duration, and then the level. And now we're gonna copy that and add some more, so you see you can add different types. For example, we can add resistance for 6000 seconds on level 0. That is the first level, I guess. Then we can add fire resistance also for 6000 seconds on the level 0. And last but not least, let's add absorption to the list for 2400 on the level 3. That's looking quite nice. Last steps we make is to add the textures again and stuff like that. So the things that I already explained in the item tutorial video, I already did that. So I added the language keys, and I added the texture, and also I added the models. Yeah, I did. So that should be all good. But I accidentally named those things wrongly. So I'll quickly change that, and then I'll show what we have done. So, and also I forgot to don't forget to register your second item too. Fuck that. So item special food tutorial. Fuck. Special food. Now that's looking good. We'll register that too. Tutorial underscore food and tutorial underscore food underscore special. That's looking good. Now let's try that and see you in game. Little disclaimer: keep sure to name your things properly. I don't do that, and that is not good. So if you see those messages here in your console, then you've probably named something wrongly. So check that. That's happening all the time to me, but most time it's an easy fix. So just keep that in mind. That could be a possible reason why something's not shown. So there we are back in game. Now you see I have the both blah. Now you see I have both of the items, the tutorial food and the tutorial special food. And I don't have, I'm not hungry right now, but I can still eat that, and then I gain the effects. You see that? So that was the special food, and it gives me extra hearts, so it gives me a decent amount of health and absorption, regeneration, resistance, and stuff like that. That's a tutorial food item right now. I cannot eat it because I'm not hungry. So there we're back. Let's test our item food now, tutorial food. Which now we get hungry, that sounds good. Now let's eat our food. And we get regeneration. So our hearts regenerate. And we are full. That's looking good. So thanks for watching. I hope I could help. See you in the next videos. Have a great time. Cheers!